If you're someone who uses MTN mobile money a lot for business, for personal use, you need to watch this video. I got scammed. I lost about 11,500 cedis in one day. And this is something that I've found very difficult to talk about. You understand? Because when these kind of things happen, it's very difficult to explain yourself. Or most people would think that you are not smart. That is why you've been scammed. But I don't think that's the case. The telcos in question is MTN. Ever since MTN came up with their MTN app, what the app does is that it gives you access to your mobile money without necessarily having your SIM card in your phone. You understand? So initially, you know very well that without your SIM card and your PIN, no one can enter your Momo, or you can't access your Momo. But now that is not the case. You can actually access your Momo without your SIM card. So they have an online portal where that is the app where you enter your mobile number, your PIN, they generate some codes, you enter to confirm, and then it goes through. Okay, so now that is how the scam has been done. Okay, there are two companies in question here. One of them is Chicken Man. These people are people that I've been buying food from for a while now. But I think somewhere last year or last 2 years, there's been this issue of people getting scammed when they call to order for food from Chicken Man. And I asked myself, why is it only Chicken Man? So I was at Kumasi Mall, and then I wanted to order for food. I'll give you a detailed story so that you get how it really happened. And then I ordered the food. I checked the map. The closest Chicken Man restaurant to the mall is actually on the road from the mall to the stadium. So I ordered. I was even ordering for a friend. So in the process of the ordering, the conversation was long, and subconsciously I gave them certain information that I wasn't supposed to give them. I gave them the numbers. You know, how it happened was we were in a long conversation on whom the food was going to, how to identify the person properly. The lullaby they used was normally food gets stolen when they are delivering to a third party. So now they are coming up with they've come up with a new system that they are using to make the receiver very authenticatable. So the whole thing was like they were running you through the process. You know, you give them the name of the person, the person's number. They are going to generate a code that when they get there, you're going to tell the person, and the person will tell them the code to confirm it's the person. You know, a whole lot of shit that kind of sounds, you know, subconsciously you can get tricked. You understand? So yeah, me knowing very well that not giving my PIN out is all I needed. My mind didn't really twitch me that no, this conversation that you're having can lead you to, you know, something tragic. So the very moment we were done speaking, the call dropped, and that day, luckily for me, I had done most of my transactions on Momo. So the money that I was left with on Momo was 6,500, and yeah, so right after the call, the 6,500 just moved, and normally they move the money to a Vodafone line, so it comes as a telecell push. So the money just left the account, and you know, at that moment I was like, what's going on? So I was seated in a restaurant inside Melcom. When you know if you know the Kumasi Mall very well, you see when you enter the Melcom, the right side there's a restaurant there. So that's where I was seated. I normally sit there and work on my laptop. So I rushed to the MTN office, and the security didn't let me in. Yeah, the security didn't let me in. I explained to them what was happening to me, and I needed to see their customer service like really bad, and they didn't let me in. They told me I had to join a queue. So I left that place. The next thing I saw was they borrowed quick loan of my line. It was 3,000 and some coins, and then they withdrew that one too. So I didn't even know what to do. I don't know what to press on my phone. I didn't know what to. I called the office. You know, they told me the money has been moved to a Vodafone line. There's nothing they can do about it. I have to go to Vodafone. You know, and I changed my PIN that very moment. So after I changed my PIN, the transactions stopped. My account was already empty, by the way. So I changed my PIN, I called them, they told me I have to go to Vodafone, and even that money was a customer's, down payment that I was using to purchase some stuff for a contract. So I came home, and at 12 a.m. a customer sent me 2,000 cedis, and it was withdrawn. It was withdrawn at 12 a.m. instantly. So I woke up in the morning and I realized that the money that came to my account is also gone. It's like, what's happening? So I called MTN, and then they told me they don't understand why even when I changed my PIN, the transactions. I'm telling you, I changed my PIN and the transactions were still going on. A similar thing happened to a lady, and then she came out with a video. Mine happened, I think, a day or two before that video surfaced. And this is what I have to tell MTN. I saw they came up with this write-up that the lady actually gave certain codes out without knowing or unknowingly, so it's not their fault. That statement is bullshit. Trust me, that statement is bullshit. Do you know why? You are a telcos, you are a telecommunication company, and you have partially, or you have now branched into banking. What you are doing now is banking. Now you need to understand that now that you are into banking, your security measures should be tighter. If you have come up with an app or a platform that enables your customers to transact without direct SIM card authentication, or without actually having the SIM card by your side, then you should also come up with more measures to protect your customers.
And you know how important this press statement is to you as an average user of MTN. MTN for a report here on the 28th of April 2025. Enipa and the signature shall deal with Arsenal. Madam Adwa if a free year we have omo appointed in the year 2023 as MTN for chief corporate services and sustainability officer. Ono no the statement we a babonting enra. But any MTN omo platforms they be aso. Oko MTN Ghana, we MTN Ghana for website. Me person be BHL, right? We MTN Ghana for website. Nebia oko search say be a cyber security. Say be obehu. Say be my news report be, right? Or my news report be on cyber security and now say bibia. Oh who bibia from MTN. Oh kasa website so I be as a user no. Nka obetumi akọ ho no mo. Akọ read information. Oh who bibia. Our MTN for website. But do you know what this press statement says? Press statement will say MTN for I encounter a cyber security attack. Now, cyber security attack no affect our infrastructure na ebi no muguswa investigations. Now, some media investigations on my NHS say affect in people 5,700. Omo MTN for customers. Name name the full extent of the incident. Sign for 5,700 no. Omo data na attack na affect no. Omo nim say nipa 5,700 ne kwa anase bi ka ho. Nempo no data kwa enkrofo na omo share cyber security attack ne chi no. Enya access to no. Omo MTN for affairs omo guswa investigating. Omunya wie. Enti we no critical information and MTN for betwe post e on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and I say on TikTok. But MTN for post on. And remember, MTN Ghana for website no different from the main MTN website no. And the main MTN website news they by out on the 24th of April. But no. Different from MTN Ghana. Then MTN Ghana almost say Ghana customers 5,700 so far who say are affected by the incident. And no investigations there. It is saying yes, MTN for person almost suppress the pressure from customers. What stops MTN? So we post we else on social media pages so now man for who be because and you be the share gossip things for and you be the reading my joy online and then you be and they be access to this media release. It's a bad thing, and the average customer, I'll be on to me kind of for media release. But see, the volume of the incidents are happening. A bad thing. A bad thing, and the average customer, who the air coso. So I think, say, in all, MTN is not doing its customers any good with how our mood treating some of these incidents. Because if this critical, because now you can't even tell, because you're still an investigator, right? You can't even tell data bena a man for no undertaking the your friend is a attack, no, and you access to. Is it just telephone numbers? What other data? What other information? Did they gain access to mobile app users? Did they gain access to MTN quick loan users? Did they gain access to MTN data subscribers? What part of, don't take people for granted. People have gone to free SHS. Don't take people for granted like that and come and put something out there and just send it to a few media houses to control the narrative and what have you. You understand? It is not nice. It's not nice. People are losing money. People are worried and they are thinking, say, there are insiders who are part. You always justify, say, it is social engineering. So you are advising users to protect their PIN, OTP. They should not press on phishing links and what have you. But you as MTN, you must also do your part in providing secure channels. You understand? In securing the various channels. Amount for EDIA transactions, amount for the engaging, and as amount for the using services. As MTN. And this incident will also give room for people to think, say, or people to believe, say, indeed, there are issues with some of your platforms, like the mobile money apps, because there are 2 mobile money apps, and people are already speculating, say, maybe one app is fraudulent, one app is real, they don't know which app is real, they don't know which app is fraudulent, you are not providing any education, you've taken Ghanaians for granted because you have the largest customer base in Ghana, and someone transfers money from this point to that point, it's not reversible, no policy in place to protect the user, and nothing. Taking the average Ghanaian for granted, taking people for granted. Of course, in security, the user also has a responsibility. But you as a service provider, you have to make sure there are rigorous measures in place to give 99% security and 1% room, so that anytime an incident happens, at least it will be clear that it was the fault of the user and that there was no loophole in your system that could be exploited by an attacker. Of course, no system is 100% secure, right? But it can't be the case that all the incidents being reported on social media follow a particular trend that people withdraw money using telecell push. People withdraw money using telecell push. How are they exploiting that vulnerability? You come and tell us that 5,700 people, customers, have been affected. And you expect that you will just send it to some media houses and they will just publish it and it will be like that. You will not post it on social media pages because you will catch the heat. Are you thinking about the heat, or you are thinking about the customers, the warfare of the customers? It's actually making you look like a joke. And it's because we are in Ghana. You understand? We are in Ghana. Obi agreed obedi ho. Media houses are thinking about how they will eat. Presenters are thinking about their gig because the MTN is probably sponsoring their shows and what have you. So they are not able to speak the truth. This thing that has come, they will not analyze it critically. They will just say, oh, MTN has released a statement and blah, 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 and it will end there. It will end there. It's the country we live in. But for any country, people will request a forensic investigation. Just as you've mentioned that you are doing forensic investigation, people will request that you provide them with what level the attack got to, the information the attackers got access to. How critical is that information? How does it impact the average customer or the average user of MTN? Which service did it have impact on? How did people lose revenue through that? Whose fault was it that side of operation was attacked? People will request all this. In a serious country, people request all this. But here we are in Ghana, you just come and write this, give it to some media houses, they publish it on social media. Oh, MTN say they get the information. Oh, people should uninstall this app and there's updated app and then it's done. You are a joke. I'm saying it, you are a joke. I got 624. Be serious. Because you have the largest customer base, so you don't care. Oh, people will still use MTN. People in the villages will still use MTN. It's because we are not serious as a country in Ghana. If we are serious, what's that? Because every day you come and blame it on social engineering. Oh, they click the link, which is true. People click links. People are not educated or what have you. People are not informed. Excuse my language. People are not informed on certain issues. So on back click a link any idea. Now I'm fully vulnerable. But who is exploiting? How is that part of your service being exploited all the time? And you are not doing anything about it. How is it possible that someone is exploiting that part of your service all the time? All the time. Why is it not the case with the banking apps? Why is it not the case with some of the banking apps? Why is it not the case with some of the services these banks are provided? But it is the case when it comes to you as MTN. And then you come and release this statement and people will just say that MTN has released it. You're a joke, Massa.